Hey moms and dads, it's Matt Ellis, owner and head strength coach of Primal Athlete Training Center here in Cranston, coming to you today with a video directed right at you guys. Now, for the moms and dads out there who are thinking about sending their athletes, thinking about sending their sons or their daughters here to Primal to train, this message is for you. The number one question that I get from parents when they call and when they ask about training here is, do you have a specific group or do you have a specific sport that trains at a certain day or a certain time during the week? My son is, for example, a hockey player. He's in high school. Do you have high school hockey players that train together at certain times or certain days during the week? And the short answer to that question is no. We're going to explain why. There are two reasons why we do not train athletes according to sport, and we do not train athletes according to specific times and set them up and pigeonhole them during the week. Number one, it's not fair to the athlete and it's not fair to the parent. If you have an athlete, if you have your son or your daughter who plays, let's say, basketball, and I say, okay, your son plays basketball, we have a basketball training group that meets Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 3 o'clock to 4 o'clock here at Primal, here at the training center. Well, if you can make it, that's great. But if you can't make it because your son or daughter is part of other groups after school or because they might play another sport and they can't show up until later, oh well, I guess you're not going to be able to make it during those days, so you're going to have to find somewhere else to go and train. That's not fair. We understand that athletes have a very busy week, and we understand, especially high school athletes, just how hectic your day can be with doing after-school activities and doing other sports and things of that nature. So we will never limit you to just showing up 1 hour per day, a few days a week. It's not fair to you. It's not fair to your kids. Okay? The second and the main reason why we do not do this is because many places are now starting to train athletes together by sport, certain groups and certain times during the day. And the reason for this is because it's very easy to do. Most trainers that don't have the experience level of us here at Primal will not look at the athlete and see what the athlete needs. They will simply look at the sport and what it takes to play that sport. So for example, if your son plays hockey, he might go to a place that trains hockey players at certain times during the week. And set up around the gym will be different stations to just work on making your son a better hockey player. Okay? There are stations dedicated to helping speed work. There are stations that are dedicated to helping upper body, lower body strength. There are stations that mimic ice skating on slide boards and things of that nature. A lot of footwork, a lot of coordination drills, and things of that nature. Well, if your son is a great skater, if your son already has great endurance, if your son already has a lot of speed, if your son only needs, for example, upper body and lower body strength. He's a smaller guy, he needs to increase his upper body strength or he needs to increase his lower body strength. Well, out of those 10 stations, maybe only 1 or 2 stations is going to help him increase his upper body strength or his upper body mass so he can take a hit better or he can dish out a hit better when he's on the ice. So you're basically only getting about 5% or 10% of that full hour workout is pinpointed or is directed at exactly what your son needs. And that's not fair either. Okay, we here at Primal understand, and I've written it down here on the whiteboard behind me, is that athletes are made up of a lot of different groups. Athletes are like a pie chart, okay? And the pieces of that pie chart are listed here. There's upper body, lower body, and core strength. There's also things like speed, endurance, agility, balance, coordination, footwork, and vertical leap. Okay, if you were to take all of these aspects that are written down behind me, and if you were to throw them in a blender and mix them all up, you would have a pure athlete. When you take away the sporting goods, when you take away the helmets and the pads, when you take away the skates, when you take away the bat and the ball, all you're left with is an athlete. Okay? Now, certain sports, you need more of one aspect than another. Basketball, you need to have some vertical leap. Okay? Soccer, you need more endurance. Okay, track and field, if you're a thrower, you need more explosive power, you need more upper body and lower body and core strength. Okay, we understand that. And that's the reason why here at Primal, all different athletes of different ages from different sports can train together. Now, to go a little bit further, we'll give you an example. Say one day your son or daughter comes in here and starts training. Okay? Now, the workout, the first exercise is very basic. It's an exercise that a lot of parents and a lot of kids already know, and that's a bench press. Now, your daughter needs to increase her upper body strength. She has great core strength, she has great lower body strength, but she needs to increase her upper body strength. So what we'll do is we'll take that exercise, bench press, we'll add a little bit more weight on the bar and have her do less reps. That's going to increase her strength. Okay, she's done with the bench press, and another girl comes in, and now it's her turn to do bench press. Now, she has great upper body strength, but she's lacking her core strength. So what we'll do, still a bench press, we'll put one dumbbell in one hand and have her bench press one dumbbell, one arm at a time. That still works her upper body strength, but even more than that, it works her core strength because she has to keep now everything tight. She has to keep her hips tight. She has to keep her stomach tight so that she doesn't roll off that bench. Okay? And that's important. The ability to tweak, the ability to modify a workout according to what every athlete needs is what makes us better and what makes us different. Okay? It's that ability to tweak and that ability to customize those workouts is what will make and generate a better athlete when they leave this training center. The reason we're able to do that is because we assess every athlete that walks through our door and we see where they need to improve. If they need to improve flexibility in their hips, if they need to improve range of motion in their upper body or in their shoulders because they're a throwing athlete, if they need to improve upper body strength or lower body strength or footwork or agility, we assess them and we find out exactly where they need to improve. That way, when they come in and train, we know exactly how to tweak the exercises in that workout to help them improve. Now, how do we keep track of it? Well, unlike a lot of the other athletic training facilities and a lot of the big box gyms in the area, we have a very small, limited, exclusive membership. We only allow 40 athletes at a time to train here at Primal. Anything after 40 and they get put on a waiting list. Okay? Because we have smaller amount of athletes and because we have smaller groups, we're able to customize much easier and we're able to assess much easier. We don't just take in a soccer player and throw them into a cookie cutter soccer player workout. We don't take a football player and throw them into a cookie cutter football player workout. We assess each athlete, we see where each athlete needs to improve, and we tweak the workouts according to that. That's what makes us better, that's what makes us different, and that's the reason why you should send your athletes here to Primal to train. If you have any questions, our phone number is listed right at the bottom of this webpage. My email address is listed right at the bottom of this webpage. Feel free to contact me at any time by phone or by email. I will return your call within a 24-hour time period. We'll answer whatever questions you have for us. Thanks for checking us out, and thanks for giving us a chance to help improve your son or daughter's athletic ability.